While down in this part of Texas, I thought I'd check out Guadalupe River State Park. And so I'm about to pull into the entrance. The state parks in Texas are awesome. There's lots of trails, tons of stuff to do, but this one in particular is amazing because you can actually float the river from here as well as do tons of other really cool stuff. So Guadalupe River State Park, here we come. Like with all state parks in Texas, there is an entrance fee. It's $7 for day use, or you can also camp, and depending on what kind of site that you get, those vary. I have a map now, and we're gonna go check out a couple different areas and go see the river. We have arrived at our first trailhead, and I just wanted to come out and check out this one to kind of see what information that they offer at this particular park. As you can see, there is ample parking for the first trailhead. It does cross all the way across and also go in this direction, so it's a huge loop trail. And much like other trailheads that we've been to in the state of Texas, they have an information station right here at the beginning, so that tells us a little bit more about the trail and then also what we can expect to see. I love this. It says, "Who am I?" and then it has little tracks from the different animals that you might find in this area, and it says, "Meet me at the Discovery Center." So I'm assuming that that means that we're going to find a Discovery Center somewhere around here. But that's a really cool, relatable thing that is awesome for the kids, especially because that helps you see kind of what you could encounter out here in the wild open. So it looks like right now this particular trail is closed. Right here, no, we cannot go here. I do like that they have clearly marked that, however, because sometimes you'll go to a trail and it'll just have like a little loop across, people trample it, and then you don't know. This is pretty obvious. It's not going anywhere. I do see that the trail itself is a nice mode patch. However, it's a little hairy for me and my likings, with the fact that I've already seen 2 snake warnings. Okay, we have arrived at one of the camp zones. This is one of the camping loops, and we're gonna get out of the car. It appears to be a little overgrown in some of the areas, but not others. So like this site right here looks really overgrown, but the one that we're going to over here is really nice. So I'm not sure what the difference is. Now this is the first camp loop, which is sites I think 6 through 13. It looks like they do have electricity and then also water, and then they have the lantern hooks as well. I do really like how the sites here seem to have the camping pads under trees, which means that you're not going to burn up quite as much during summer because it gets hot down here in Texas. And this section, it gets extremely hot and very humid. So they're trying to protect the tent site itself from a little bit of that harsh sun. We are now entering the Turkey Sink camping area, which is definitely open and definitely has people here. So I'm thinking that the other one is probably actually closed because they're working on it. And I love that this is a water fountain, but also has the fill-up hole, which is really convenient. So you can refill all of your water and things like that without having to actually do it at your campsite. I really like this area a lot. The information kiosk at every campground should be one of the first places you stop because they have not only rules but also things that you might want to know. So for example, this one right here tells about a special program that they do every Saturday at 9 a.m. if you meet up at this little location that was about 2 stops forward. Now, this also has a schedule of events for the entire month for the park. So if they're having any special talks, any special programs, anything for the kids, it's always on these kiosks, so it's super important. So by nature, state parks are pretty standard in way of bathrooms. However, you will find some who are newer, obviously, that are going to have nicer amenities. This one was adequate. It had both a handicapped stall for shower and restroom, and it did have enough where it could maintain the crowd that comes through here, which is substantial. But again, you want to make sure that you're always prepared. Bring your own items. They don't provide anything, and it's pretty basic, so hopping out of the car, and we've clearly found like all the people. Look at this parking lot, it's insane, and there are 2 buses who are leaving. Whew. So we're going to check out the views and then go down this way where we can find the Discovery Center and see what that's all about. Water out here feels amazing, and it's a perfect way for me just to cool off for a little while before hitting the road again. It's gorgeous, and some of these trees growing out of the water, well, we just have to go look at them. They're too epic. All along these little paths are places to stop off, and you'll see just random little camps like this one where people are in the water. It's pretty awesome. This goes all the way around the river, and it's hot out here today. Okay, we had fun in the water. It's really hot. Still sunburn. Don't want to get worse. So we're gonna go check out the Discovery Center. We have arrived, and it is hot. We're gonna cross our fingers that we don't see snakes in here. Ugh. Let's see what it's like to see like a bee. But that's a whole lot of rhyming. Oh, that's just kind of weird. It looks like it moves. The exhibits in the Discovery Center are really cool because they're very interactive, which makes them perfect for children, obviously, but also really good for adults who want to get a different kind of view and look at something. So like this one right here shows you a super, super magnified look at any of these things that you can turn the wheel to. So it's a super magnifier. We're gonna try to see if it'll like show up on the video, but if it doesn't, just know it's really cool. This right here is the sounds of nighttime, and that's my favorite thing about camping is all of the cool noises that you hear that aren't creepy, they're just peaceful. This wall in particular is awesome, but it basically goes through and talks about how you need to recycle your plastic and why. This wall I'm going to add to that because it tells you exactly how bad it is, and you know, I think we need to be aware. Lots of stuff we can do just to make a difference. It's all you have to do. Throw stuff away correctly, recycle. Use reusable straws. Now that we checked out everything inside, I just want to show you what the amphitheater looks like. They do special programs here and have it set up really awesomely. So this is the back of the building, and this is the amphitheater. Do you see how many people that they could accommodate in one of their special programs? That is really awesome, and they do some really unique ones. For example, the field trip that was just here, they did a little program for them where they were able to let the kids be super interactive with all the things in the Discovery Center. I love that they use solar on top of the building. I think that's epic. I think more people should get into solar. It's a great way to source something as bright as the sun and turn it into something that otherwise would take a lot of like extra to generate. Now, I normally would not be hiking in sandals, but this trail is designed for super simplistic hiking for kiddos and stuff like that. It's the Discovery Trail. It tells a little bit about the different plants and vegetation you can find around here, like these cactus and some beautiful flowers and things like that. Couple of updates. I talked to one of the rangers and she said the reason the trails were closed today was because they are trying to conserve the area to foot traffic after big rains. So during those times they close down the trails so that the trails don't end up getting really bad. People just don't understand the concept of don't walk on mud with your horses or your bikes or your regular feet. So they make sure that until it's dried up enough that the trails are closed, which is super inconvenient if you plan a trip just to come here for that, but at the same time really smart from a perspective of trying to save the world. Just saying. Another thing, it is like 92 degrees today. I am dying, it's hot, and all I want to do is find a nice cold drink. So, we're off.